A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke chapter 7, verses 36 to 50. One of the Pharisees invited Jesus to a meal. When he arrived at the Pharisee's house and took his place at table, a woman came in who had a bad name in the town. She had heard he was dining with the Pharisee and had brought with her an alabaster jar of ointment. She waited behind him at his feet, weeping with her tears fell on his feet, and she wiped them away with her hair. Then she covered his feet with kisses and anointed them with the ointment. When the Pharisees who had invited him saw this, he said to himself, "If this man were a prophet, he would know who this woman is that is touching him, and what a bad name she has." Then Jesus took him up and said, "Simon, I have something to say to you." "Speak, Master," was his reply. There was once a creditor who had 2 men in his debt. One owed him 500 denarii and the other 50. They were unable to pay, so he pardoned them both. Which of them will love him more? "The one who pardoned more, I suppose," answered Simon. Jesus said, "You are right." Then he turned to the woman. "Simon," he said, "you see this woman. I came into your house and you poured no water over my feet, but she has poured out her tears over my feet and wiped them away with her hair. You gave me no kiss, but she has been covering my feet with kisses ever since I came in. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she has anointed my feet with ointment. For this reason I tell you that her sins, her many sins, must have been forgiven her, or she would not have shown such great love. It is a man who is forgiven little who shows little love." Then he says to her, "Your sins are forgiven." Those who were with him at the table began to say to themselves, "Who is this man that he even forgives sins?" But he said to the woman, "Your faith has saved you. Go in peace." The Gospel of the Lord. It appears here that Jesus is attempting to show us that our appreciation of forgiveness increases with the sins we have committed. I have very often, like Simon, behaved in the very similar manner of Simon. I have put people into boxes. I have said that if this person is like this, he must be like this. So if a person is of bad repute, then he must be a sinner that cannot be forgiven. That is an instance. We may not be as bad as that, but I have very often looked at people who may not be as maybe speak as well as me, or able to do something as well as me is very often that I've like labeled them as a certain person that maybe I don't need to respect. But it is exactly that Jesus is asking us to do. He's asking us to go against our own natures of not being non-judgmental of people, being able to accept everybody, because it is certainly not our role to judge. I'm not saying that it is easy to treat everybody the same, because it is our natures, in our own natures, to put people into boxes, to forgive some, to not forgive some, to respect some, to not respect some, to treat some people with dignity and others without. And sometimes it's very hard for us to even realize that we're doing these things unless we're very aware of our actions. So this is what we are called to do, to be able to look deep into ourselves, go against our natures, and not be judgmental of others. Speak to the people who have been rude to us. Forgive those who are so difficult to forgive. Why? It's because it's not the people who have come to apologize to us that we need to forgive. It is also those who don't. If not, we would be like Simon, who is judgmental. We're called not to judge. It's not easy, but this is what we are called to do. If Jesus can do it, so must we. God bless.